The very first leak of these maybe or maybe not investigations of John Brennan and James Comey was to Fox. And it was Fox's White House reporter today who, operating as usual, as an energetic collaborator in Donald Trump's distraction games, did everything he could without a shred of embarrassment about his own revealed stupidity to help Donald Trump push his new distraction.
Thank you, President Trump. James Comey and John Brennan now under criminal investigation related to the Trump-Russia probe. Do you want to see these two guys behind bars?
Well, I know nothing about it other than what I read today, but I will tell you, I think they're very dishonest people. I think they're crooked as hell, and maybe they have to pay a price for that. I believe they are truly bad people and dishonest people, so whatever happens, happens.
What a babbling buffoon. And I mean the reporter this time, the Fox so-called reporter. Do you want to see these two guys behind bars? That reporter used to be, by far, the stupidest reporter in the White House press corps, but he has now been outdone by the dregs of Trump-worshiping media that have been allowed to join the White House press corps. So, if you work at Fox and your father got you the job because he's the morning host there, and you enjoy all of the white male privilege that comes from your father being a morning host at Fox for many years, you then become the Fox White House correspondent who thinks, do you want to see these two guys behind bars, is a good question for a president. That incompetent buffoon probably has no idea that no president would ever or has ever answered a question like that prior to Donald Trump. If a real criminal investigation were actually involved here, and if a president did say he wants to see these two guys behind bars, they could never end up behind bars because they would be able to appeal any prosecution on the grounds of prejudicial presidential pretrial publicity with the President of the United States trying to publicly convict them before trial. Which is exactly why Richard Nixon immediately issued a corrective written statement after he once let slip into a microphone, just for a second, that he thought Charles Manson was guilty in the middle of Charles Manson's criminal trial, in which Charles Manson was eventually found guilty of multiple murders. Charles Manson tried to get a mistrial in the case.